Welcome back. Today we are addressing a hard truth that many men struggle to accept. Have you ever noticed that the compliments that used to work, the praise for her looks, the sweet texts, the grand declarations, now seem to land with a thud? You feel like you are trying, but she seems completely indifferent. Here is the reality. A mature woman does not fall in love with your words anymore. She has heard every compliment. She has sat through every candlelit dinner where a man tried too hard to say the right thing. Words stopped impressing her a long time ago. What actually moves her, what actually cracks open that guarded heart she has spent years protecting, is something far more primal. It is intentional, psychologically powerful touch. I am Sienna Brooks, and today I am going to tell you why your words are failing and which 7 specific touches change everything.
Excited. These aren't just gestures, they are biological signals. Research shows that a single touch, lasting less than 3 seconds, can flood a woman's brain with enough oxytocin to make her feel emotionally bonded to you for hours. That is not poetry, that is neuroscience. Let us start with the first touch that quietly rewires how she feels. I call this the slow lower back guide. This is not just basic gentleman behavior. The lower back contains a massive cluster of nerve endings directly connected to the brain's emotional processing centers. A slow, warm hand placed there while guiding her through a crowd sends a signal that bypasses logic entirely. It triggers what psychologists call a protective bonding response. For a woman who has spent years being her own protector, this single gesture says, "You do not have to carry everything alone right now." The second touch is the two-handed handhold. Most people hold hands casually, but when you take her hand and cradle it with both of yours, you are creating bilateral stimulation. This is a technique therapists use to help people process deep emotions. It signals to her brain that you are giving her your full, undivided attention, something she may have stopped believing existed in this distracted world. The third touch is one that catches most women completely off guard, the forehead touch. Gently pressing your forehead against hers requires absolute vulnerability. Dr. Sue Johnson, a leading relationship researcher, calls these bonding moments. They activate the attachment system the same way a mother's touch calms an infant. It does not demand anything. It just says, "I am right here with you." Touch number 4 is the nape of the neck. This area is packed with nerve endings, and because it is an area people cannot see or easily protect, touching it creates an immediate spike in both trust and attraction simultaneously. As Sienna Brooks, I must warn you, timing is everything. This is a sophisticated touch that communicates confidence without aggression. Then we have touch number 5, which is almost unfair, the thumb stroke. This happens when you are already holding her hand and you slowly move your thumb back and forth against her skin. This activates specific nerve fibers called C-Tactile Afferents. These nerves are wired directly to the parts of the brain that process emotional connection. It is so subtle she might not even consciously notice it, but her brain absolutely registers it as deep intimacy. Touch number 6 is the silent pull. This is when you wordlessly close the gap and draw her closer to you. It mirrors what attachment researchers call proximity seeking. It says, "The space between us was too much. I wanted you closer." It tells her she is wanted just for her presence, not for what she does for you. Finally, we reach touch number 7, the long hold hug. This carries more psychological weight than everything else combined. Research published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology found that hugs lasting 20 seconds or longer trigger a massive release of oxytocin while simultaneously reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. A long hug does not just make her feel loved, it literally reduces her stress at a biological level. For a mature woman who has learned to hold herself together through years of heartbreak and loneliness, this touch is a relief. It gives her permission to stop being strong for just one moment. If you can be the man who gives her that, she will not just fall in love with you, she will choose you with every part of herself. I am Sienna Brooks. Knowing these touches is only half the equation. You must also recognize when she is ready for them. If a woman wants this closeness, she will send you 6 unmistakable signals. If you miss those signs, none of what you learned today will matter. That is why you need to watch my next video on the 6 behaviors a woman displays when she is ready to be closer to you. I will see you there.